certain extent. I just do my best to get a nice solid swing in and through and just put it out there. I mean, that's really all I'm thinking about. But yeah, I would say that if somebody told you they weren't nervous on the first tee box, they'd be lying to you. I think there's an innate nervousness that comes with starting your round, and you want to do good. So
what would you say your tendencies are? I know we were at the range for a little bit. You were hitting a little slices with your driver. What's your
so I do go right. I'm sure you'll see it. I do come over the top a little bit, swinging right to left. For me, really, it's my miss is either right or I will stripe it and pull it to the left on a rope. So those are my two misses with the driver, at least. I try and be as diligent as I can about making sure that my setup is as good as possible. I think that's a really important part of your golf swing. I do my best to try and get a good setup and swing out to almost 11 o'clock, and then make sure I'm turning my body through so that I don't leave it out in the open. But those are some keys for me.
So you, the idea what you just said, your thoughts are more based on the swing with what you're doing here.
Yeah.
So something that I thought maybe we could go through is, instead of think about the swing itself, maybe think about where you want the ball to go. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Let's start with some aiming points. So we're at the first tee. It's a wide open fairway. We got a little trouble on the left, not much room on the right. So we got to put a good shot down the fairway. So where would your aiming point be if you usually cut the ball?
Yeah, I'm going kind of to the left of that royal palm out there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's really my aim point. It's almost at the tree line, really, kind of where I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of camouflaged, but that that pine tree that's all the way down there that kind of hangs over the water there. I usually try and put it in between the middle of that and that palm on this hole, and it just kind of if I hit it good, it'll gently come to rest in the center of the fairway, and if I don't, I'll probably be in that bunker or even on 9 gold over there.
So is that your aiming point? Like, is that where you want the ball to end?
I'm aiming kind of in between this royal palm here and that pine, and I'm intending on the ball ending up just to the right of that palm.
Okay. Well, that's a good point. Like, starting off where you want your ball to end and aiming that point. So if you don't have that, I mean, if you're aiming right and you're actually thinking you're going to hit the ball left, you're going to cross each other. You're going to end up on two sides of a different fairway.
Yep.
So let's see the swing. Let's see your routine here. Do you have a swing routine?
I don't have a defined pre-shot routine. I'm just trying to be as loose and as comfortable as I possibly can. I'd like to hit a good shot, and I don't. The rigidity of a pre-shot routine sometimes doesn't. I'll get freaked out or something.
Now that's something we could also probably start doing. With you being a good player, to keep that memory intact and keeping steady, consistent. And a consistent tee shot is going to start with a consistent routine. So let's get in the routine. So what's your thoughts here?
Usually I'll take a single practice swing and then get up at address. That's usually how I go. So just making sure that I'm rotating my body, because most of the time when I hit a bad shot, I'll leave it out to the right. I'm not rotating properly. That's why you see a lot of right.
See it.
And that happens too a lot, but it's because I'm not keeping my head down.
Now in that shot, what do you think was going on?
I got excited and I wanted to see where I hit it.
Now let's try to stay calm. Remember that routine.
Well, like I just said, I think everybody gets nerves on the first tee.
All right, Austin. So we found ourselves in a tough position here. You landed it just short on our third hole here. We got a par 3. Easy, should be an easy chip, but sometimes it's difficult with this uneven lie.
Yep.
So what some might do, what I see happen. What club you have in your hand? You got a sand wedge? What do you think?
Yeah, I got a 54.
You got a sand wedge. So when a hill like this, we got fast greens. We kind of want to just get it on the green, let it roll, right?
Yeah.
instead of trying to do something fancy with the flop.
Right.
So when we're on a hill like this, we're going to add loft to the club. So instead of using a 54, let's go with more of 50. So instead of the ball, I'm going to demonstrate for you here.
Sure.
So instead of the ball, you swing and the ball pops up immediately. That's what's going to happen with the sand wedge. I'm going to want to use a 50. It's going to then be more loft on it already.
Yeah.
So I'm going to decrease the loft with the wedge I have. Now I'm going to keep it more simple. Place this in the middle of my stance because I don't want it in the front because then it's going to add higher. I don't want it in the back because then I'm going to just dig in with the edge.
Right.
So middle of my stance, right at the pin, got a 50 in my hand. All I'm going to do is just pop this ball. Now I'm just going to let the face do the work. See how I kind of just kept it low instead of letting it bounce?
I see what you mean.
I'm going to give you a try. And so, you said you had a tendency of hitting the ball a little bit higher in positions like this. So let's say the ball stopped. Instead of using that lob wedge or that sand wedge to really pop it up, let's use that 50 to keep it low.
Okay. It was a little high, but that is not the worst shot in the world.
But not as high as your 60 that you were hitting,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Correct?
Exactly.
All right, well, you got yourself positioned to make par now. So, all right, since we just finished our third hole, we went over some on the tee box thoughts, getting them in a routine, picking our aiming points.
Yeah.
And then once we got up to the green, we were looking at some of the difficulties and different lies and positions of where our ball is around the green. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think?
It's definitely been a tough couple of holes. I've been struggling a little bit, but I just my feel just needs to improve. I need to be out on the golf course more often. There's only so many balls that you can hit on the range and deem yourself good, and then you come out here and you find out that it's all for naught and you don't really have a very good feel for the game. So course conditions have been tough today. I would say these greens are probably rolling at about a 9 or a 10 on the stem meter, and it has not been very forgiving today. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Well, from our first tee shot, you topped your first one.
Yeah.
You were a little bit nervous. I got you we got yourself a little more comfortable. And as we progressed, you started hitting better tee shots.
Yeah.
What do you think some of the changes that we made helped on that?
I think definitely just having somebody kind of really look at my swing as we go has been helpful. I think moving the ball a little bit inward has definitely helped as well. Setting up a little bit closer to it. I realize that I'm very far away from the ball, and that needs to definitely change. So it's definitely been helpful to have somebody here with some expertise to kind of watch me and give me feedback. So that's definitely helped a lot.
And we've noticed that you have a decent swing. It's just a matter of putting it together all on the course.
It's just I'm not in a position right now where this is my third time playing in 6 months since I had my surgery. So it's a learning process. It's definitely been difficult, but having the feedback and having the help has definitely helped me and help my mental game as well. That's always a challenge.
Well, when we continue on these next few holes, let's go over a couple of things again. We're going to continue. This time I'm going to let you be more in control and let you just, if you have any questions, just let us know. We're going to see, and if there's anything major that I can maybe point out to you, I will. But other than that, I just want to kind of see how you play as a golfer rather than where we started off. So let's just continue on. Then afterwards, if you want more, we could potentially get more in, but let's just go from there and then see.